back. That was maybe the last mission?
Spongebob, my boy! Well done, well done.
I did it. I did it! I'm a winner! I did it! Oh, this is the best day ever!
Right you are. You come on over
You
here.
just have to.
And let's get you that license to drive. Stand just like that. Very good. Now hold still. Friends, may I have your attention? It is my great honor to present SpongeBob SquarePants, fair citizen of Bikini Bottom, with his very own license to drive.
I would like to thank all of the little people who made this day possible. To Mr. Krabs, I thank you for allowing me to work triple overtime to pay you for the chance to take these lessons. And Patrick, my dear friend. And of course, Mrs. Puff. Where would I be without... Oh, Mrs. Puff, I'm so excited to see you!
SpongeBob, how exciting! May I see your license?
Here you go, Mrs. Puff. I present my license.
Just as I suspected.
My eyes are blue,
No, what I meant was...
but they are blue, see?
Yes, SpongeBob, but what I meant was...
And pretty. Blink, blink.
Yes, very pretty, but this license...
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful! Yes, but I'm afraid it's not real.
Ha ha! You're quite the kidder, Mrs. Puff.
I'm afraid you've been had, SpongeBob.
I trusted you!
You can't catch me. So long, sucker.
Why can nobody ever figure out how to make... Whenever anybody takes the SpongeBob model from the what's it called? The Happy Hour games, they apparently like hard rig it to smile, and they have a hard time making it not smile, which is weird, because that's not the case in the original. Anyways. Okay. So this is like the second extension to the game. Olive Drive, and then the final exam, and then whoops, one more actual final level too. It's like Remix 10. You always gotta have a double fake out at the end. A single one isn't enough. Whoa! Okay, I didn't think it'd be all NVIDIA race here. Oh. Violence is the answer.
Come back! Let me hit you again, you crook!
Is there a unique dialogue for this?
You can't catch me.
That one physics works differently for you. I think I have unlimited floor power actually.
Here, let's see if this slows you down.
I'll take it.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Yeah, I've raced on here a few times. So don't you think that I don't know how to navigate here?
Can't we all just...
Yeah, that was weird. Something pushed my boat to the left. Do I also not take damage? It's always weird when you have bosses in a game that kind of throw away the mechanics. Unless this part's just really hardy.
You out of town. Look, Ma, no hands. You can't get away from me that easily.
Well, no, I do take damage. Just really hardy boat, I guess. Boats must have really good stats because it handles pretty well and goes really fast, but also it's really hardy? What was that? I guess he threw something at me? Sometimes when I'm in his vicinity, I just like randomly swerve. Yeah, that's what it was. I swerve whenever I hit the stuff he throws. Whatever those are.
Hey, Patrick, check this out!
Of course, it's always the last one that's the toughest. Yeah, this is a little ridiculous now. Yeah, and hitting him specifically seems to mess up your steering as well. I appreciate not hitting that anymore. Is that an engine? Jeez. Last time he eventually stopped throwing stuff after a little bit. I don't know if I need to just run out his little timer. Yeah, like now. What? What? Yeah, it's like he actually pushes me away somehow. What am I supposed to do about that? Just a wall of stuff. See, look at that. He pushes me away and then... Yeah. So I'll just turn around. Great.
I'll get you next time, Seymour!
That is weird.
This is the final part of your instructions, Spongebob. Avoidance!
I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. In fact, if I get up close to him at the end, he just pushes me away.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Just so on, great.
Just getting turned around isn't really something I can handle very well either. So sometimes I'll just stop throwing stuff and then I can catch him that way. Except... There we go. Yeah, also... He suddenly spins me around after I hit him. Last minute mechanic changes are always tough to deal with. It's always the thing that bugs me with lots of fighting games. Bosses in fighting games tend to completely eschew. Jeez. Completely eschew most of the game's mechanics from every other fight. Because all of a sudden you're fighting some big static thing that you can't grapple or whatever, for instance. Or juggle or whatever.
You shark!
Just so on, great.
And this is a little similar to that in some ways.
Jump over.
I would be just fine with having a particularly tough escape level where you just have to deal with a massive... He did it again. Where you just have to deal with a massive onslaught of opponents. Not that I know how that would fit into the story. In this case. Yes, I need to not be behind him so that...
Final part of your instructions, Spongebob.
There we go. We need to not be behind him so he doesn't manage to throw stuff on us. He's going to take the shortcut, so I won't.
Just once. You're supposed to jump like this.
I don't know if there's a good way to actually, like, turn into the spin when he manages to spin you out, either. If you can suddenly handbrake to rotate slightly more, for instance.
We all just get
Because that would also be better. What's bad is getting turned around 180 degrees. Like, whoops. It spun 360 or something like that instead. That'd be just as well. That's not getting spun at all, for the most part. Also, new music for the final boss battles would be cool. I forgot those clams are there. Whoops. Okay. Jeez. Let's take whatever route he's not on. Also, I don't really lose any traction on the grass here. Yeah, I need to not be behind him at all, basically. I need to hit him from the side at this point, I think. Because otherwise, not only does he throw stuff at me, he, produces some kind of push. I guess it's supposed to be with his exhaust or his, yeah, he tried to do it again there. With his exhaust or motor or something. I could not turn sufficiently there. Every single time I get close, he just... the thing is, not only does that push me away, it gives him more distance whenever he pulls that off. That little dash maneuver it is. This is the best place to be in, I think. There we go. Jeez. Doesn't look like it. Oh. Playable character. Amusing. Appreciate that, I guess. Even heavier. Little Tug.
After all that, it was just a scam. Evil. Evil.
I would have pulled it off too if it wasn't for Mrs. Puff's meddling around.
I guess I'm not going to get my license after all.
That's okay, SpongeBob. You can always take classes from Mrs. Puff again next year.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, Mrs. Puff, how can I ever thank you?
No need to thank me,
Is that tree model from Battle for King Bottom too?
Oh, what have I done?
And probably the jump bucket in the background too. This game is such an odd thing. Okay, I figured we'd have credits, but we can look at those later if we have any. Yeah, we can look at that later. Seems just kind of a tradition of mine. So what do we have? Not all the boats yet. There's actually a number left to get. Actually, the boats are the only thing left. I imagine then it's just getting more points. Awarded? We don't know. Lots of points. Lots of points. That's a lot more points, though. I don't know if there's a good way to grind points or what. Another with a lot of points. I'd like to see them. But I don't know if you get points as well when you go into quick play. We can check. No, thank you. That was like, yeah, that's you getting a. You're in a closed course, a closed arena on this game. It's kind of weird how they implement that, but whatever. Oh, so they have, I guess they have version. Yeah, in some cases they have a slightly different version of the same level that has a ring out available. That's interesting. There's lots of levels though, jeez. I do like Glove World though. I appreciate that we have Glove World here. You do have Merryman and Barkwood to use. I haven't really seen them anywhere. Tugboats. So those are very hardy. And okay with speed. Interesting. I only get to choose. You would think I'd get to choose whatever vehicle I want at this point though. It's kind of weird that I don't. Let's use the invisible boatmobile-ish thing. How many opponents you want? You do one-on-one. So now they can have, now my opponents can actually have tugboats too. Interesting. I think my enemy's weak. Slippy. Okay, that's what it is. More force, less force. Okay, so I can, so that's where the damage option shows up. Try Slippy, why not, just for fun. Sure. See what this is like. We haven't actually seen these two driving in the game, so we might as well see what their dialogue went on is. And finally, playing as someone else. Hopefully this is a way for me to get points, though, towards unlocking things. I don't know how much time I really want to put into trying to grind for points, though. If I can get a couple really big combos, I can probably cheese it, but we'll have to see. I can't quite promise I'll actually unlock all the boats. But I'll try.
I hope you're ready. 3,
This is very interesting.
1, go! Say cheese.
I appreciate the art they have in the top right corner, in the top left corner. Jeez, look at all those dinghies. This isn't necessarily the best vehicle for this either. I just want to do something that look kind of like the boatmobile. Some odd dialogue from these two. I was thinking though with the
Television keeps moving.
well, I was thinking it would be relatively easy to get knockouts if everyone's in dinghies, but at the same time, everyone's doing a lot of damage. So, or everyone takes a lot of damage, I mean, because I decrease the damage. So, that's not really happening actually. Just knocking someone out gives you a multiplier, which would be rather useful for me. Yeah, so a lot of points to work with here in this case. I think the thing is, it's really easy to get a lot of points in velocity in particular, because it's really easy to get lots of wall checks and whatever else. And they're not really trying to avoid you as you attack everyone. Everyone's kind of together. So, velocity is probably still the best. Reckless velocity is probably still the best place to.
Water balls.
Probably still the best spot for getting tons of points. That's where I've always gotten massive numbers of points to start with. Yeah. So a lot of the dialogue of these two is just kind of like nothing. It's a little strange.
Get away from me!
Rub your crap, jeez. You know, it feels weird not having to use a boat with all these guys. I think that would be what they should be in.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy are not home. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep.
Beep. I don't really know where some of this dialogue comes from. Like, I can't really imagine any context in which.
Do it, Barnacle Boy. Would you stop calling me boy?
I can't really imagine any situation in which lots of this dialogue makes sense. Oh, hey, it's that guy. So I guess we don't have any generic fish anymore? It's probably not good that I'm having a hard time
Say cheese.
managing my own with all these guys in dinghies. You know what else here is very fragile. That probably got me a lot of points though. Yeah, I got 2 KOs there. Oh, what's happening now? No, it's not trying to turn. Not really turn anymore. There. Come on now, let's finish this up. We're done at the end here. Darn it. Same to you. So I got 915 points. I don't know if that actually added to my total. Apparently. Oh, you get a traction bonus. I forgot I had the low tire traction. I didn't even notice I was slipping too much. No floor bonus? Jellyfish time bonus. Difficulty bonus. That's interesting. So let's see if we can play us on those bonuses next time, everyone. I accidentally clicked the stop button, so whenever I let go of my mouse, it's gonna end the video. So, everyone, whoops.